Good day everyone, my name is Christine Jean Gregory Delphine. In this day, present to you the Seeing and Sense Visual Saturation Images as Signs. First is the Seeing and Sense. Donald Hoffman. Donald Hoffman, born on December 29, 1955, in an American cognitive psychologist and popular science author. He is a professor in the Department of Cognitive Sciences at the University of California, Irvine. We joined to appointments in the Department of Philosophy, the Department of Logic and Philosophy of Science, and the School of Computer Science. Nicholas Merzoff. Nicholas Merzoff is a visual culture theorist and professor in the Department of Media, Culture and Communication at New York University. He is best known for his work developing the field of visual culture and for his many books and his widely used textbook on the subject. He was also deputy director of the International Association for Visual Culture from 2012 to 2016 and organized its first conference in 2012. Merzoff holds a BA degree from Oxford University and studied for his PhD at the University of Weimar. Human experience is now more visual and visualized than even before. So Merzoff, 1999. Donald Hoffman instance points to the complexity of material incorporated in an MTV show, any video game, or visual reality experience. Donald Hoffman states that even a television advertisement may include a startling combination of shapes and colors, rapid movements and jumps from scene to scene, and of focus within scenes, morphing and animation, song and story, and all the multiple association of sound and movement with purely visual phenomena with which film and digital technologies enable urban landscapes to are packed with visual images, building designs, advertising, billboards, the many shapes and colors of vehicles, store, windows, mailbox, cash points, traffic lights, and so on. So when Merzoff states that we are more visualized today, it doesn't mean that the word of literacy may avoid. The main point of him is that we are more visualized now. So the young people don't read novels so much. For now, they are focusing in the video games and others, which is in the visualized world. Let's proceed visual saturation. James L. Kidd argue that we are in fact less visually complex than earlier periods. Jeanette Winterson, in Art Object, her readers try spending an hour looking at a single work in an art gallery and promises great return on this investment, but curators of art museums have told me that viewing standard is more like 15 seconds per work. Visual saturation. When we say visualize is on digital, what we see in the picture when the using of different kind of digital, the posters, image, and others just like the picture in RSIM or module. The first picture have a newspaper in the board, which is you need to stop and read, and when the time pass by, the image of the newspaper can be stamped by other newspapers, so the old can't be read by other people. Just like the visual, which unlike the visual which is the traffic light, there are many signs around that visualize and can get your attention, which can supply all your questions on how you doing the do's and don't in the street because of the signs which is being visualized. So let's proceed the last part of my report, the images as signs. Martin J. 1993. His central argument is that we are living in a deeply non-visual period, not because there are now fewer visual texts or because the texts are simpler in design, but because we make sense of the world by using non-visual analytic devices. All social practices, in other words, were understood as meaning-making practices or semiotic events. Evans and Hall, 1999. It is be understandable like just when we see images as signs. Like just when we traveling in other place, there are many cautions that can we read as warning signs, like the image of don't turn left, the road is slippery with a sign of a slippery image, slow down, and others. These are the example of images as signs. Semiotic events is, when we say semiotic, it is the study of signs and symbols and how they are used. Those are the example of the semiotic events. Of course, this is not in fact saying very much because Virchow does not point out precisely what he means by visualizing or visualize experience and how it might be different from the visualizing and visual experience of people in other times and cultures. After all, human beings have always lived in a world that is packed with visual objects and phenomena, and have always looked at with visual objects and phenomena, made sense of the things about them. The early cave paintings are testament to the importance from the beginnings of textual human history of seeing and reflecting on what we see. Mersoff thus argue to that the material we now view is far more complex than the sorts of objects and phenomena that characterize the visual domain of earlier centuries. Common sense and a number of writers agree with Mersoff. So,